Hello, my name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're gonna take a look into Makulu latest version, which is the October 2025 edition. And this is gonna be jam-packed with a lot of AI, the artificial intelligence, and of course let us try to see on this operating system. But first we're gonna head into the website first, where to download and how to install it in our virtual machine or in our hardware. So let's take a look into this Makulu Linux October 2025 edition. I'm Blair, your science, computer, mathematics, and engineering teacher. So the website is makululinux.com, and we have some information right here, the latest information, the latest AI, and of course you could download this one and go to the download tab right here, and you have different types of download. You could go down right here. We have several ISO file mirrors from SoundForge, Google Mirror. We also have the OneDrive and the Proton. I suggest to use the Proton. This is much faster in downloading. So just click right here and then you will proceed to the Proton drive and just click right here on the ISO file, which is here, ISO, and then click download. And then after that you have download. You could put it right here on your download page and then just click download and wait for it to reach 100%. After that, of course, you have to put it on the boxes. I use boxes, the genome boxes. It is much faster and easier compared to sophisticated virtual boxes. So let's wait for the Makulu Linux to reach 100%. Then we will try to explore the operating system, the October 2025 edition. This is gonna be 5.6 gigabytes, so let's try to wait until it reaches 100%. Alright, so our Makulu Linux is already completed, and let's check it out. Let's open our boxes, and we have our Makulu. Double click it, and we have to set up our resources, which is maybe 8 gigabytes of random access memory and maybe 50 gigabytes of storage space. And then let's click that one. Let's maximize this so that you'll not get confused. We have different types of languages. If you want, load it into the ROM or safe mode, it's really up to you, but I'll be using the live boot. So let's enter that one, and it will generate the image so that we will see the operating system. It will take time to load everything, so be patient. This is also gonna be on your system, so it will be different from your system to system, hardware to hardware, so it's really up to your specification. So okay, they have an intro and there's some patches at the same time, but of course we have to set our displays settings to 1080. I think the AI on this display is not like because I'm using the boxes right here, so it's not like automatically like getting the correct display resolution. So let's close that one. So this is the Makulu Linux. So they have AI right here. You could like use this one. So this is their welcome. They have actually welcome. This is still in the live boot, but let's try to install it right here. Double click and we have the start installation. Let's click that one. Let's install this in our virtual machine, just like if you are in your hardware. So just click next, and I want to change in Manila. Let's proceed. English Philippines will be okay. Next. Our keyboards, it's all the same. Next. And then we could like erase the entire disk. If you have some another partition like the Windows or any other operating system, it will be on the bottom right here. And then if you have two hard disks or two SSD or two solid state drive, so you have solid state drive A or B, so SDA, SDB, or it's really up to you. If you have the NVMe, it will be also dev/NVMe, and you could like select your bootloader, then click next. Let's add some name. Let's use our brand and let's enter our super secret password. It will be just only 4 character, and it will be asked every time we install, and it will be the same with the administrator. And then click next. There is a summary right here, so everything is all set. Let's click install and let's wait until it reaches 100%. Then I'll get back to you for the initial boot. And do we have a welcome page? Let's see after this installation. Okay, after 15 minutes or so, we have our installation completed, and we're gonna restart our computer now. So let's click done. And oops, I didn't click the restart now, so let's just gonna click the restart button. Let's click shutdown. And then let's click again to restart our computer, so that we'll have this one. So we have the Makulu group, and then if it is turned orange, which means it is highlighted, and that is where you select your group. And let's click enter. Okay, let's have our patch now because we have something new coming in. So we click the patch, and it will take a little bit, like several minutes or seconds. It depends on your patch, and I think we are all set. Let me click the display settings first because we don't have the correct display settings, and I'm using a virtual machine, so it could not get the correct display. So okay, we also have to synchronize scan, please wait, and we don't have any background yet, so we need to check out and scan everything. Please wait. Do we have any background? I think this is the background. Manage the wallpaper. Let's select the wallpaper. Oh, so many. Okay. Alright, so maybe I could like select some of this. Maybe Ooh, we have so many. Okay. All right. This is like, I'm just gonna select. This is too much. Let me see. Background yet. Okay. Okay, there. All right. So cool, right? So let me close that one. So this is the Makulu Linux October 2025 edition, and they don't have any welcome page, but I think we could like always like check it out. And we have a lot of AI right here. That is why it's a little bit like sluggish. I only gave it like 8 gigabytes, and this is in virtual, so it will be a little bit sluggish because I'm using the virtual. So it's gonna be sharing with my hardware plus my virtual. So let's go to our desktop user interface. So this is their desktop user interface. They have the start menu right here. They have quick launch. We have the system settings, the safe upgrade, software manager, the web browser, terminal, and the file manager. On the other side, we have the notification, all the AI assistants right here, plus the weather and time and date right here. So Sabado, October 25, 2025. Okay, so it is Spanish Filipino language that I selected. Okay, so this is also the wallpaper, the background wallpaper. You could always select for that one in the appearance later. Plus they have all the icons right here, and you have the AI search bar right here. Anything you want to ask. Cool. Okay, so that is the desktop user interface. Okay, so let's go to the appearance. Of course, let's go to the system settings. So the appearance has the background right here, so you could check out all the background right here. Background settings, we could like remove this one first. Okay, so background settings right here, you could also change it every 2 hours. It's really up to you, or maybe minutes or seconds. So I'll just gonna uncheck that one. Variety, when the computer starts, well, you could also check that one out and change the wallpaper. I'll just uncheck that one. Everything will be unchecked. I rather like retain the appearance that I want to. Okay, and you also have the wallpaper clock right here, because if you want to put the clock right here, it's really up to you. The download, it will be right on the variety. Fetching, that's gotta be fetching on the download. Okay, and some tips and donate. Of course, this is a voluntary community, so they asked for a little bit of something, not so much like if you are buying a product, services like that, you are obliged to pay maybe 1,000, maybe $30, or sometimes 600, 500, or 1,000, or sometimes even higher. So that is why I prefer to use Linux. I just support the community, not like obliged to pay like weekly, a monthly, or an annual. So that's why I use and support the community. You also have the effects right here. Your desktop Windows effect is really up to you, but of course I want the wobbly thing. It's okay with me. You have phone selection right here, and you also have the themes, which is they're using the Cinnamon desktop environment. You could like look into simple, dark, mix, something like that, or you could go back to advanced, and then if you want to have the different popular settings, you could also wait for it. Just wait for the download to reach it 100%, and then you could like see all those stuff right here. But I'm okay with this one already. And of course the settings right here for the system. And if you want to have some extension right here, just like the wobbly thing on this one, right? So you could also adjust that one whatever you want. If you want to have a little bit like less friction, like that, less friction. How about the spring? Yeah, it's really up to you. The speed factor, you could always like slow it down, like the factor, like the wobbly thing, the mass, the X and Y, and the maximum. It's really up to you if you want to change. At the same time, you have the transparent right here, because if you unhook this one, you have this one, the panel will not be transparent. And then just highlight this one and click plus, and then you will have your transparent panel. And of course, you could always download this one right here if you have something else. For me, I have the wobbly and the transparent. I'm okay with it already. But of course, you could also use different, like the desktop cube, the watermarking, you know, it's really up to you if you wanted to do like that. Okay, so let me see. That is the appearance. Let me close this one and let's go to the apps. So the apps right here, you have the all apps, you have all the AI right here. It's really up to you if you want to use it. So you have Discord and all those stuff, but of course you also have the other categories like the accessories, the graphics, the internet. They actually use the Chrome web browser, and I think this is the genome. Is this the genome? Let me see. Oh, okay, this is the LibreWolf. Okay, they are using the LibreWolf, and they have also the web OS, so they have all the AI. Okay, let me close this one. So that is the application, aside from the quick launch right here. So let us see. Let's try to see the Office. They are using the Calibra Office suite. They also have the AI programming, app image creator, education, sound. They are also using the VLC, because VLC is actually Linux app, which is also available in other platform like Windows and Mac. Preference for your settings, administration for your advanced settings about your computer, and the AI tools right here. Games, they have actually 4. Okay, so if you are wondering how to use the software center or the software manager, just click right here on the button. And then, because this is the first time, we are a little bit like sluggish to enter everything. So we have all those check right here, which means it is already installed. But if you want to install, for example, I want to install different types of tools. So you also have this. Oh, almost everything is already here. Okay, I don't need to install a lot because it has already installed. Let me see if we could like, do we have OBS? I want to let you see on how to install. Okay, let's try to install OBS right here. Let's click install and then click continue, and it will just gonna install. This is the official store, so you don't have to like to be scared if this is gonna be a virus or not. Let's also try to install FreeTube, just click install and then click continue, and it will just gonna install it for you. Let us see if we could like install other than. Okay, how about upscale? This is the AI image that you could like increase the pixels. Let's install that one. Click continue. Do they have the only office? I see only office there. And let's click only office installation. So let me see. So these are our software that being installed. Okay, it's still installing. So it's really up to our system if it's gonna be like fast to install everything, because we also have the disk space at the same time issued. Like you need to have this one, and it requires a lot, or you know, something like that. So that is how our installation is being installed right here in Makulu Linux. So let me minimize that one, and let's proceed to our conclusion on this Makulu October 2025 edition. It will be very awesome. This is gonna be like really like for beginners and for advanced at the same time. It will be like awesome to see this as a main operating system. So if you want to try it, just go to the Makulu Linux official download page and then try to install it virtually first before you try to install it permanently in your computer. Not permanently, but of course if you want to have it like installed in your hardware. It's easy to install. You have to just follow the instruction. It is very easy. It's not like in Windows that you need to have a technician, but this is more on like very easy installation. You don't have to really like think hard like in Windows and Mac installation of the operating system. Right here it's very easy, and it feels like Windows actually. It is not like other Linux operating system that is for developers, for beginner developers. But right here in Makulu Linux, this is for general user, like almost everybody. And the advantage on this one, it has the AI. So that is the advantage. But the disadvantage on this one, you have to have a little bit like bigger space, maybe 128 gigabytes of storage space, or your disk, or your SSD, or your NVMe installation for this one. And this is for ordinary user, so you don't need to be like really like advanced. So that is why it is very awesome. Okay, so my installation is still underway, so let me minimize that one. And if you are asking where is the shutdown or restart or suspend or log out, it's actually right here. So you have the suspend right here, you have cancel, restart, and of course shutdown. Okay, let me close this one and abort everything. Are you sure currently active? Yes, I want to quit it. If you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. Okay, so let me click again the power button, and let's click shutdown. So that's about it for our Makulu Linux, which is the October ISO file that we have, and I hope it will be so, like, this is really advanced. It is the latest ISO file that they have, and I hope it will be like really awesome if you want to have this AI without any commercial like base type of operating system. That is our Makulu Linux October edition. If you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. I'm Blair, your science, computer, mathematics, and engineering teacher. Bye for now and see you in the next adventure. Ciao!